outer orange.
So we're gonna go through lyrical mainly. There is a Kyrie list, by the way. So we got one Kyrie list. Let me move my big fat head for a sec, just to give you guys. So that's just the grade 2 back there. Some are running in the main deck, the grade 2 Kiora. Wait, Kyrie exists? Yeah, I mean, like, to be honest, surprisingly enough, Festival Collection actually gave cards that work with Kyrie. So like, they're not really showing it in here, but there's a grade 2 that on Persona you can bounce a whole column. That isn't herself, basically. So you bounce a whole column, you bounce 2 cards. So you can bounce, and it's anything, by the way. So you can bounce perfect cards, you can bounce the O trigger, you can bounce normal units, you can bounce whatever you want, as long as it's yeah, this one isn't running Yuka. To be honest, I'll be real with you, I don't like Yuka and Kyrie. I think it's kind of doo-doo. I prefer the dog and I prefer Eileen, but that's just me. I like this variant. I like the extra Kiora that they're running here as well. They are running a little bit of the promo. They're running some shield, they're running Melty. This is also pretty good because then you can grab this and just instantly call it to the board. So overall, very nice. They're running the red over trigger here, so just something to kind of keep in mind. And then this is a grade 4 variant, so this one isn't relying on Persona, which now that they come out, that's why they're not running the Persona girl in here. But I like the dog card. I like Doggy. Doggy lets you basically reset up a board, and that's why the Yuka doesn't really work as well, because if you have Yuka in the back row, then the dog card is like weird. So this card gets weird with Yuka, because basically you call the dog in the back row, and then you have her effect to call another unit, which will usually be an Estes unit, and you'll be calling this grade 2 up here that I'm currently blocking. But you'll be calling this grade 2 basically, and that's why they're running an extra copy of her as well. So Ghost piece works insanely well in here, because you can like use the Ghost piece, get the mouse, get the shield girl, call both of them out, get their effects to go off, put the SDs into soul, get the extra power, do whatever. And then on top of that, the Ghost grade 3 girl also lets you basically have an extra attack if you remove the over trigger or whatever. So that's also like a really good value. So I get it personally. Here's a Felty list. Oh yeah. Oh, there's a really cool Felty list. I think it's this one actually. For some reason, there's one in the Ballista too, but because they're running Ballista. But this Felty list is still running the Ballista engine. I don't know if you need it, but I just thought it was cool to look at, so they're running it, and I just thought it was nice to see. I think I value the regular Ghost ride line a bit better, but you can also run the gem ride line like they're doing here, so you can have access to the gem, do your thing. Oh, I see. You know what? That's valid. That makes a lot of sense. Yes, the extra 10K. Welcome in. The extra 10K does welcome in, Anime Andrew. Okay, I understand now. The 10K, you're right. The 10K does matter. It matters a lot. So okay. So basically, on your first ride, you instantly get the 10K active, and you kind of go in. Especially if you'd like to go first to go first. Toigo Burr. Yeah. Okay. I understand. I understand the sauce now. The sauce makes sense because you can because it could be these two. It could be any of these Felty roses as long as it's a Felty rose. Okay, that's valid. But yeah, this deck, honestly, aside from the old stuff, you just need the stuff, or whatever you can run the Felty stuff too, and then you basically just run these. But in terms of the old stuff, the only thing you really need is just this card right here. It's the only card that's like the old card, and like the countercharging chick right here, this chick, and then obviously a couple Felties down here. So, and they are running Shield Girl. So in case you're curious, let me move my big head again. They are running the Shield Girl too. Yeah. So Ingrid, I can't remember this girl's name, but this is Ingrid, and then Felty, Shield Girl, and then this is, what was her name again? Oh my god. Eleanor. There we go. Hey, welcome in, Setsu. Welcome in. But yeah, pretty cool. Wait, this one's a little different. There's another one that's probably might be a little bit more standard, or there should be another one that's more, actually I think this is the same one. Oh no, it's not. So this one's a little bit more standard, running the blue over trigger. No, they are also running the Felty, I mean the Ballista engine. What the hell? This is kind of weird to me. I don't know if you need this because the other grade 2 like already does the restamp part, but whatever. But you can't see it, it's behind a big fat head, but there's a blue over trigger back here. All the lists that won, or at least the one Japan, are all running the this chair looks so ugly. Look at this ugly ass chair. We're gonna just get away from the chair. Our chair's gone now. No chair for you guys. No chair for me. No chair for anyone. So this one's kind of similar. It's running the variant. They're running. See, this card. If you're gonna run like, instead of running the standing card, run this instead. This card's insane. Soul Blast 2 draw. That's all it says. It basically says Soul Blast 2 draw. Dude, did you look at the chair? Look at that. You want that? You want that in the picture? Orange just sitting. You're not sitting on that chair, because then your butt would be there. That chair's ugly. It's an ugly chair. But yeah, overall, I like this a lot because this also makes sense with the gems. So let's go ahead, and we're not gonna look at too many Ballista lists. We're probably gonna pop in a couple. They're all kind of the same different variants of the same crap. So yeah, have fun. But anyway, to be honest, the tech slot is like right here, basically, because these are very important. This is the tech slot is here. There is like another card you can run, the other grade 2. I don't think we looked at it now that I think about it. So you can run this one too. This place on rear guard if you have a grade 3 or greater fellow Ballista's card name, put a card from hand to soul. Look at top 5 or choose 2 Ballista cards in different card names and add them to hand. If you didn't, you draw a card. So some run this instead, and also if you played a gem, you get plus 5k. So some run her over the over like some will change it up. So just letting you know. I'm not like I'm kind of indifferent. Like I think whatever build you prefer. So I know some people are running like some extra ballistas, and then they're running that card as well. Because of the soul, I guess, condition. She's free in terms of like the fact that you don't have to CP or soul bus for her. So that's the upside. The downside is kind of everything else. But yeah, you choose your poison. Running 1 copy of Trixie, and then you have 3. I will say I'm not the craziest fan of this grade 2. I'm not the craziest. I like her for the numbers. I don't love her. This one does run the 2 in it. So see, this is like where the changes will be. Like some run the 2. They're all kind of a different flavor of Ballista. Here's a loner list, which is running Eileen actually. Huh. This was a little different. I like it. I like the difference. They're also running the Searcher, which is actually pretty important. You do want to ride as the old one, and then you want to ride back. Well, you mainly want to have this one and ride to this one. You don't really want like a secondary copy of this. It's just nice to have. Loner is so sustainable to retire. I hate it. I really like the little FFR changes. I think they're so cute. I like the little small adjustments. But yeah, another list. Oh yeah, that one was running the Cow Charger, was it? This one is. Running Horse Girl here. So yeah. Honestly, I don't really like the summer order in this one. You could probably not run it and just run more of the crit order, but that's just me personally. Up to you how you want to do it, but that's just personal takes. I do think this at max copies is very important because it gets you the orders. And yeah, you want to Persona ride a lot also in that deck. So okay, that's one in a row. And then what else we got? Oh, Steel. So this person's pretty known. I think this is the same person that tends to play Lyrical a lot. I think this is the same person that played Leticia for a while, and now they switched over to Alice Steel. They always have maxed out decks, like almost always. Like, so yeah, it's a maxed out deck. So they're running this one is the one that multi-attacks from the back row, and this one's the one that minuses. This is the new girl, this is the new girl, and then we have the double binder, which is very important, and we have both Alice Steels. Wait, crap, this is oh my god, the girl. The money, the money, and they're in the blue OT. Oh, it's the same person. So here is another list. A better. Well, this is actually a way better taken picture. You can actually see the where the shadow is of where they actually took the picture here. But that's besides the point. You can kind of see this one a little bit better in terms of actual cards. But basically, yeah, same list. Clarissa. That's not Clarissa. That's Ballista. I'm getting fooled on main. Absolutely fooled. Bro. Is it this one that I haven't looked at? Yeah, there we go. That wasn't Clarissa. That was fake Clarissa. This is Clarissa. It looks about the same. I mean, I'm sure there's probably more lists, but probably in the future, but it looks about the same. They're not even running the grade 1. They said screw the grade 1. So we got Restander Girl. Woo! I mean, you have 3 actually. You have which I found out today. You have, well, in this variant, they only went up by 2. But the Vanguard does have the Ernst correct name in it. The grade 2 and the grade 1 also have the Ernst correct name with it, which I didn't know. I found out. So yeah, you can run the other ones, but it's kind of like. The issue with them is that they're not that the grade 1 is a discard. At any point you get to do her effect, but she's kind of weird. But you have to discard her, so you don't really want to run her in the deck, I guess that's the best way to put it. The 2's fine. When I read the 2, I was like, no, this card's fine. And then basically everything else is the same. I do like the fact that you can directly search now for the order. Now something interesting here is they're actually running the original first over running this one as the main one. I feel like you'd want it the other way around, because this one, yes, you lose the effect. You have to like do whatever the cost is. But I'm not gonna lie, like the cost is good. You get to directly find this and kind of do your whole thing, right? Whereas this one, you have to hope that you draw into this. But oh no, doesn't the ride line search it? I don't even remember. It's been a second since I've seen this deck, but I'm kind of like I'm not feeling it. I'm not feeling it. I'm not feeling the list. I'm not feeling the deck. Feeling it. There's also Herminia. Herminia got a little bit of baby support right here. So we got some powerful support here tonight. And then we also got the promo. The promo is a thing. I will say my favorite part about Herminia is the ride line. It is so freaking free. I love the ride line in this deck so freaking much. It's so good. Everything else about the deck is kind of eh, but that part's cool. It's generic too. Fun fact: you can actually run this grade 1, and you can. It's specifically the discard part. You can discard, draw a card, or whatever this first effect is. You can actually run in any deck. It does not have to be specifically powerful, exclusive, which is kind of cool. And then we got Patrolka, and she does want to run this card and basically all the cool stuff. So it's basically the same deck, but with just a couple new additions. So yeah, basically just add this. I don't think anything else is needed. I'm surprised not running the bouncing chick. The other bouncing chick. Oh, I guess because you don't Persona, do you? We don't Persona very often. That one's Persona restricted. So the one that says Counterblast 2 if you Persona bounce 2 cards. So I will have to see. They're running duplicates of these, which is very interesting as well. I guess this can search out your orders, which I guess is good. I mean, getting out the chalices or the blitz, sorry, is pretty OP, but eh. Oh, you could just activate Persona with this. That's right. So that's the thing. This is actually very useful now that I think about it. We have Leticia, but Leticia should be exactly the same. Here's the same guy, by the way, or the same person, whoever they are. The same person who was playing the Steel deck. This is also them. As you can see, it's also max rarity. And the only difference that changed is that they got the Regalius piece in here, but everything else is the same. So instead of the chalice, they're running the Regalius piece, I assume. Or so they might change something else. I don't know. But yeah. And they're running the blue over trigger now instead of the other one, which I guess that would be fine because numbers get pretty high in Leticia as well. So I think you get away with blue. Oh, I lied. They're running this girl too. This is the Persona girl, which actually that's pretty. I like that. Now that I think about it, it works because the other girl is a Soul Blast. This is basically the same thing. You can run her instead and then use the effect to give the front row 5k power instead of using the other girl that says Soul Blast to give 10k. I don't know magic numbers wise which one's better. I don't remember off the top of my head, but this is pretty nice because the front row gets the 5, which means Vanguard gets more powerful, and the Vanguard also gets an additional 5k, and if you're on Persona, it's even bigger. So it's good. I think that's everything. And that's everything in terms of the lyrical stuff. The over here, things shouldn't have changed too much. Nirvana's about the same, Jiva's about the same, Overlord's about the same, Diva's about the same. Keter is probably the one that changed the most, if I had to say, but it's mainly because of the OT. Oh yeah, there is one little Flagberg list, if anyone cares. There he is. There's my Sunberg. My son. My son's doing well. It's different from my build, but it's okay. It's still my son. My son's doing great things. Let him go. Look at him sun around. Yeah, they do. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not a fan of this build because the soul goes freaking crazy in here. They are running so many soul cards, it's not even funny. This Soul Blast, this Soul Blast, this Soul Blast. This ride line can Soul Blast all 3 of these basically. This is really painful. So it took me so long to switch over to this ride line because of how soul costly it is. It is crazy how much it costs for soul, especially if you want to restand the inlet and the 2 in the same turn. You are eating soul like left and right. So the answer is mushrooms. If you run mushrooms, this deck is peak. I don't know how peak yet. Personal testing has been going really well so far, but I don't know about all these soul cards in here. I think this deck is perfectly fine. I will say this variant specifically looks a little bit more consistent on the restanding part, but you have to be able to pay the cost to restand. So this, but Zorgo shouldn't change too much, to be honest with y'all. You can throw in the Regalius piece, say screw the chalice. I chill with my homie mushrooms. Yeah, you chill with your homie mushrooms. Mushrooms are so good. But yeah, Zorga doesn't change too much. You mainly just throw in the Regalius piece over the chalice, and then you throw in the new over trigger if you want to. I think Stoicheo OT is pretty nuts. So personally, I don't know if it's worth running the red one, but it's an extra attack, I guess, which is good because you get the extra dragon restand, but you can also like draw 2 cards, heal, have a crit, 10k. Your opponent has 2 to pass, you get the over trigger, now it's a 1 to pass, you know. Just saying, is the restand worth it? I don't know. So, There's also a Magnolia list. I said I wasn't gonna look at these, and now I'm looking at them. I'm a liar. Oh, they're in the new OT. This is Rorola. Yeah, there is one. It's the mask one. I was looking at it earlier today. We'll check it out here in a sec. They're running the regular OT, which is good. Everything else about the same. They're running the Regalius piece because obviously you want to find the grade 4 goat. Impix for the Gandiva matchup. This because you want to just tell your opponent no. They're running the Varroa ride line here, you'll notice. So that's really cool. And then the other one is this is a lean run list right here. You all check it out. They're running the shrooms in here too, which I really like. I like the shrooms. And then they're running the Elwith with the mask right here. Mask and all that kind of fun stuff. And then they're running the guy that gives extra power. I like this card. I think this card's really cool. You just tell your opponent, no, can't do that. Your front row can't do stuff. Done. And I like that about it. So, and they're running the Varroa token engine actually. I love this. I love this so much. I want to build this so badly, but obviously we don't have it yet. But I really like the whole order of stuff they can do with this card. This card's cool as hell. I think this whole thing is cool, so I'm actually really hyped about this. We do have another list for this variant. Blue OT. Okay. I don't really know too much about this deck. I know what it does. I just know build-wise what would be better, what not be better. So not 100%. I do like this guy in the back here. Basically, bind an order, call for a Soul Blast, call him out. It's just very nice. I like this. It's a free body for no reason. I'm so tired looking at this deck. Oh my god. It's fine, but man, am I tired looking at it. Oh boy. Good old Jetaruni doing Jetaruni things. Some of the decks are just exactly the same. Messiah still Messiah. You know, Barricade OT. There's just a couple alters, so I'm not gonna keep digging through these. So yeah, we did it. We looked through all the cool lists. Stay awesome, stay great. Catch you guys in the future video and all that fun stuff.